everyone. I hope you are doing well. I hope you had a fantastic Easter and got to do something a little fun, even though I know we're all stuck at home. So last week you talked about tools that you could use to help individual learners excel. We also talked a little bit about how to bridge the digital divide that many children and adults are now facing as we're all working and learning from home. And so that actually goes along with what we're going to be discussing this week. It all builds upon each other. So this week we are talking about how to personalize student learning. So there is a handout for this week. There's an article, I should say. So I already have that loaded here. So this article is short and sweet. It's about how to personalize, differentiate, and individualize instruction. So what comes to your mind when you think of personalization? I think of like cute tote bags with somebody's initials on it, right? It's been personalized for them. Well, and kind of that is what personalization is. Personalization starts with the learner, and it's all about their interest and their passions and their connections. We're basing their education on what they're interested in and what they enjoy. So what do you think of when you hear differentiation? So something's a little different for you than your neighbor. So you might need something a little different from me. Maybe you need to email me on a regular basis. Maybe you need to see samples or examples. Maybe you need to talk to me and hear it from me. Or maybe you're fine with just reading the article yourself and fast forwarding me, right? Doing it on your own. So we all need a little different, something a little different. When I think of differentiation in a classroom with children, I think of small reading groups or small math groups where the teacher has assessed the children to find out what they need, and then maybe there's a below level group or an on level group or an above level group where the children's instruction is a little different. And then that leaves us with individualization. So what do you think of when you hear individualization? Well, it's a lesson that's tailored to meet that child's individual needs, right? Something that accommodates them based on what they need. And so this, like I said, you can see it's only a one-page article, but it's very important this week. You'll need this for your assignment. To understand the difference between personalization, differentiation, and individualization. And technology tools, including those tools you went over last week, are a great tool that can help us make sure we are personalizing, differentiating, and individualizing our classroom instruction. So I have a couple scenarios for you to see how well you understand this. So if you want to, you might want to pause me right now and read that article. And then after you've read that one-page chart, I should say chart, not article, come back and unpause me, and I have a couple scenarios for you. Okay, so here's the first scenario. I have to read it off my paper. A teacher creates a learning objective for her class for all the students to recognize nouns in a sentence. Okay, so a teacher is teaching nouns. So maybe it's a second grade classroom. She teaches her a lesson, and she then does practice activities, but she breaks the students up. So she has some practice activities for students who are struggling with the concept of nouns, some practice activities for students who get it, they understand, and then some practice activities that go above and beyond for the students who already understand this, and this is easy for them. So what's that an example of? Did you say differentiation? Yes, so that would be differentiation. The second scenario, a teacher meets his students to find out what animals interest them most. The students then research their animal using print and internet sources. The students spend 3 different class periods doing research. They can then demonstrate their knowledge by whatever they so choose, either writing an essay or creating a video or presenting a PowerPoint on the animal. So what would that be an example of? Personalization, yes. Okay, third scenario. The teacher implements a mini lesson on the topic of analyzing poetry. The students are expected to understand the author's purpose in writing the poem and demonstrate such in a well-crafted paragraph. After practicing this process several times as a group, the teacher assesses the student's ability to meet the objective by handing out 4 different poems at varying levels of difficulty. So then there's 4 different level poems, 4 different level activities where they have to analyze them based on their understanding. So what would that be an example of? Differentiation. Yep. And then last one, the teacher analyzes the test scores of his class and realizes that understanding inferences is a concern for 10 of his students. While the other children are involved in independent leveled reading, the teacher brings each one of the students back to his desk individually. He provides each child with a text that is written at their independent reading level and demonstrates a reading strategy to answer questions about inferencing, and then allows the child to complete the question on his or her own. So what would that be an example of? Individualization. Yes, these are hard to say. Personalization, differentiation, individualization. It's our tongue twister for the week. Okay, so what do you feel are the benefits of incorporating personalization, differentiation, and individualization? So that's actually our discussion board question for this week. So if you click on Module 13, we scroll down, here is our Module 13 discussion board. So please read that chart that we just went over, and then using your own words, please explain each of those terms. And then that's your first question. And then after you do that, please tell us how you feel or what you feel are the benefits of incorporating personalization, differentiation, and individualization. Okay, so that's your discussion board for this week. You also have an assignment for this week, which is called the Application of Technology assignment. So the link is right here in our Module 13 discussion board, our Module 13 on D2L. So if you click on that, it will take you to the page that looks like this. So here is a description of the assignment, and then here is the chart you will actually use to complete the assignment. So I already have the description pulled up right here. So you will pick 2 tools that you have not already used for any assignments in this course. It can be tools that maybe your classmates used for the assignments that they've completed so far, or tools that I have shared with you. And then after you have picked these 2 tools, you're going to think about how you would use these tools to create a learning environment that's both student-centered and technology enriched. So that's been our focus for the last couple weeks. Then you're going to complete the provided chart to share the tools. Be sure to clearly convey how your chosen tool can be used to accomplish each of the following. So provide students the opportunity to pursue their individual curiosity, become active participants, manage their own learning, and assess their own progress. So I don't think I mentioned this before, but before you can personalize or differentiate or individualize instruction, you have to assess your students. That's the root of all of this. In order to know what they need, you have to assess them. That's how you determine what reading level or math level group that they're in, or what they need you to individualize. It's all based on assessment. So once your chart is posted, please post it. Once your chart is completed, please post it on your Google site. So it takes me a little while to download documents. Here's the document right here you're going to download. So I already have that here to pull up to show you. Where did it go? Okay, so here is the chart. So it'll open, you'll download it as a Word document. So here, write the first name of the tool or app you're going to use, and then you can write right in this box and talk about how you can use this tool to provide students with the opportunity to pursue their individual curiosity. And then here's the second one we went over. How can this tool help students to be active in their learning and engagement in the classroom? How can this tool help students to manage their own learning? and then how can this tool help students to assess their own progress. So you just need to write a couple sentences in each box. And then page 2 is for tool 2. So right here, write the name of your second tool and then answer those same questions. So save this document, upload it to your Google Drive, and then post it on your Google site. And then please also post the link on our discussion board for this week as well. So that is all I have for you this week. Please let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything I can do to help. And I look forward to hearing about the tools you selected on your discussion board for this week. And then also hearing how you would describe and what you think the benefits are of using personalization, differentiation, and individualization in your classroom. Okay, if you want to make a video instead of typing, you can do that too. It's always nice to see you guys. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Have a great week.